I want to talk a little bit about YouTube advertising, actually. I know I've touched on this before. If you saw any of the chats with Lee at Le Mans, right? Never get both ends of your paddle in the water at the same time. That's good advice. Oh, it's really windy and it's blowing the boat around because there's no weight in the front of the boat. Paddling a boat or a paddleboard, it's always easier when you've got a small child on the front. But I didn't have one available to me because they're both at school. Oh, this is beautiful. Right, let's talk about YouTube advertising. Put that video up about the Malvern Hills Trust, right? Yes, Laura, I could highly recommend being a premium subscriber. I put that YouTube video up about the Malvern Hills Trust, and I never look at any of the advertising settings on YouTube because I haven't got time to look at all that. I just make it go online and then that's that. And the Malvern Hills video, when I went in and checked it, someone said there were a lot of adverts, and they were like, oh, there was 4 adverts in the first 5 minutes. And I was like, there can't be. YouTube don't normally do that. That would be ridiculous, and I just figured they were exaggerating. But when I actually went into the settings and checked, they were pretty much right. And there were like far too many adverts on that video. So I actually did something that I never normally do. I went in and I manually changed the settings, and I changed it completely. And I know I'll earn less money as a result of this, but so I deleted all of the adverts that YouTube would put in, and then I put one advert right in the middle, like you get if you went to cinema. Because the thing is, I just feel like on YouTube's part, that's incredibly greedy. Like when I make my content and I edit it, I never think, you know, I edit it with my headphones on, and I always just think, well, people will just watch this as it is. And I have YouTube Premium myself, so I never actually watch YouTube with adverts on. But when I looked back, I was just like, this is unwatchable. Like, I'm making a video that has to flow. You know, the words have been carefully chosen. I'm working my butt off to present stuff well to people. And then YouTube are going to completely ruin that experience by putting in far too many irrelevant adverts. It's like, I understand that I make my money based on how many adverts YouTube put in. There comes a point when you're like, how many adverts are too many to make the content unwatchable? So from now on, I'm gonna pay more attention to that. And I did it again today. It was the same with the poo video, actually. I checked the poo video when I uploaded it. And you can't do this off of your phone. You can only do this on a computer. When I checked the poo video this morning, it was the same thing. Wow, the river's fast here. And I looked at it and I was like, that video is what, 13 minutes long? There was like 5 advert breaks in it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So again, I deleted them all and I put one in the middle at the natural break, which is about the 6-minute mark. The final 6 minutes of the adverts, I'm not going anywhere. The final 6 minutes of that video were really funny, so I can recommend getting to it. Well, I think there's a couple of things to say here. I'm going to give up. I'll go back down the river now. One, YouTube are messing around with content creators in a big way. Adblock might be wonderful, but then I don't think I get paid. YouTube's massively messing around with their content creators, and actually, there's a couple of things that I want to say about this. YouTube doesn't respect its content creators at all. And I think that there's a problem in the global economy, right? I think that the economy is much more screwed than we think. And I think we're seeing this in YouTube, but also YouTube is trend-based. So there comes a point when, you know, everybody's advertising on YouTube, and advertising on YouTube seems to be the thing to do. You know, when I started making videos, there was no TikTok. There wasn't even really Instagram advertising, but that's now all changed. So I think the amount of money that YouTube is getting from its advertisers is massively down. And as a result, what that means is it means they are paying their content creators less. And I think it also means that they are being more greedy with the adverts that they are putting out. So I do think that YouTube are putting more adverts in on videos that are getting promoted to less people, which is why you're looking at my videos and thinking, hang on a minute, Geoff's only got 8,000 views on this video. Geoff used to get 100,000 views a video, and it's true. And I just think that the economy's tanked, and nobody is prepared for the fact that the economy has absolutely tanked. The other side of that is, When you go into your analytics on YouTube, you can have a look at how much as a percentage YouTube are taking off of each video you make, and the percent YouTube's share has been slowly climbing bit by bit. And on some videos you look at it and you go, wow, the pay rate on that video was like ridiculously low, because it came up, it was, November last year, it was, we were in a good position. I was looking at the numbers and thinking, wow, if this continues, this is cool. And then it dropped down in January, and I was speaking, because Lee's been doing it longer than I have, and I was speaking to Lee about it, and Lee was like, oh yeah, it's January, it's always lower in January, we just had Christmas, November's a good month, we just had Christmas, get January out of the way, and then the rates will start climbing back up again February, March. And they never did. They've stayed like super low. But the way I'm using it, right, the way I'm reacting to this is, I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to just play around with different content. So instead of worrying about it, I'm just going to think, well, so long as I can achieve a base level of income from it, I'm just going to keep messing with the formula and doing things that I enjoy more. So if me sitting ranting in a car doesn't pay the bills, then I'm going to try and spread out and do different things as well. I've been enjoying doing the live feeds. I wish the live feeds made more money than they do, but the live feeds work out at around about minimum wage. But then again, I'm probably sat here because obviously people watch them afterwards as well. And if you're making minimum wage from live streaming, then sometimes it's not even minimum wage. But the point is, I'm sat here in a canoe, aren't I? So I can't complain. But like I said, I'm trying to do different things. So I've got the new channel which I've launched, which is called Adventures with Geoff. So you'll see a little bit more of the canoe and my equipment, and me getting down to the river on that channel. And I am going to probably in a minute sit and read a chapter of Cosmic Banditos for my other channel, which is Cars and Books and Things. Do lives on TikTok, get money from gifts. I've never thought to do lives on TikTok. Laura, who's in the comments here somewhere, Laura runs my TikTok for me by cutting little bits of good stuff from the main channel, and Laura does a great job. So I don't know, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, aren't we, Laura? And then when we get to 10,000 subscribers, Laura and I are going to get rich, and we're both going to retire to our respective countries, or something like that. I suspect not, because the amount of views that you need to get on TikTok to make real money is huge. So chilled out by the streams today. Thank you. The Geoff will have to go live. OnlyFans, Mrs. Jackie's going on about OnlyFans. It's really funny, because between you and me, I love that I can say between you and me, right? And I'm broadcasting live and I've got 125,000 subscribers. Between you and me, we think one of the mums at school has an OnlyFans channel. But my wife can never get the name right. She always calls it Only Friends, which is hilarious, because she's joking around. And she got to this stage as well. My wife is qualified within the NHS. And she got to a stage where she was working that hard. She was like, there has to be a better way of doing this, because the NHS is so broken. People end up working so hard. And she was just like, do you know what? I'm just going to go get a job at Tesco. Yeah, frustrating. So then my wife was always like, oh, what's his OnlyFans all about? And I'm like, babe, you hate being in front of a camera. You hate being behind a camera. You hate talking to me when I'm filming. And you seem to actively go out of your way to destroy the videos that I do make that you happen to be in anyway. How is OnlyFans going to work? OnlyFans are trying to adjust people's perception of what it's for. What are they doing then, Laura? Because my understand... Stephen Young, I know that you would be Mrs. Geoff's first subscriber on OnlyFans. You've only fancied her for 3 years. What are they trying to change? Because the way I understand OnlyFans is it's just porn, isn't it? Is that right? Sponsoring sports personalities. Oh yeah, right. So then you get like access to your favourite sports stars through OnlyFans. Is that what they're trying to do? But the way I see it is OnlyFans is just a place for women to entertain men with fetishes and too much money. Substack could be good. I'm sure people would pay you a subscription. Yeah, thanks, Laura. I've launched a Substack. I put loads of stuff on my Substack yesterday, and I love writing. Writing is my passion, and I like writing funny stuff. Geoff, looking to OnlyFans. Men do it as well and make silly money. What, like gay men? Like doing things with their winkle? I can't believe that people are making money on OnlyFans that don't involve their private parts. There must be. Because, I mean, who wants to pay me for stuff? Maybe when you get like mega famous and people want to pay for like 15 minutes of your time or whatever. But yeah, I can't see that. It'd be interesting to do anyway. I just like the sound of my own voice, but I also can't be on my own because I am mental. So this is quite nice because I'm on my own, but I'm also not on my own because I'm talking to all of you lot.